anyway, so you have those things, and so when you arrive, you're not gonna deplane right away. So there will be a group of people who are gonna make announcement. What is the procedure? This is what we're gonna do before you deplane. You are gonna give your yellow card, which is the Bureau of Quarantine information in there. So, and then after that, you proceed to, after you deplane, and there will be there's lots of guys like, hey, you go here and there. So that's the time that you have to ready your code. Now, in my situation, I just, in my case, I just came to the, to their, like, both there, like, it's like, there's like, like, and then, they will scan this, and this have all the information in your system. And after they scan this, you have to pay 4,500. The good thing is they accept credit card, Visa card, or cash. And, after that, they will put a barcode in your passport and stuff that you're gonna go to the other side so that they can do the swab test. They do both of the nose and they do something in your throat to get some samples on it, and you're done. You're ready to go. Now, outside, also you make it sure when you arrange your hotel, you also arrange your transportation, because they're not gonna let you out if you don't have any arrangement of transportation, which you also declare in the papers that you sign up. So after the swab test, you pick up, you go to the immigration, which is the normal stuff, to the customs, and then the Coast Guard will also, there's gonna be another instruction for you, like, hey, I need to have that affidavit of affidavit of undertaking, that it will just tell you, like, hey, if you get positive and you will going to be transported to another facility, it's going to be in your own expense, and your quarantine is going to be your own expense, things like that. It will be collected by the Philippine Coast Guard. They're very friendly. They will assist you where to go and there. And then at outside, they will not release you, hey, do you have the transportation? It's already been arranged. So, and then they will also collect the papers again to things that you sign up for, and then you can go to your destination. So everything was detailed, where you go, where you sit or something like that. Because even the airplane, I flew with business class. There's like multiple vacant, and I was sitting to the other person. We asked, like, hey, we practice social distancing. Can we go to the other vacant seats? Like, no, because it's for tracing purposes. So I don't know how that makes sense, but you're not allowed to move over even in the airplane because of tracing purposes. So anyway, so when you go to the hotel, so I was been swabbed. I know a lot of people like me, like you. I have another business to do after 2 days of my arrival. So I was one of the first. I was first one, actually. It was tested. So when they collected my specimen, it was like around 4:00. So what you need, it's also very advisable you have a working number in the Philippines, like family, friends, or things like that, because they will automatically send an email and text message. And in my case, so I have 4 a.m. and then my result, I receive an email and a text around 3 p.m. that my result is already been, is available. When they send you the result, you have to go to a different link, to view the PDF, and you have to enter a password. And there will be instruction, what will be the password. That's a personal data. I'm not going to discuss that, but there are going to be instruction for that in there. And with that one, and then once you have your result, with one technique, after you have your result, you're kind of ready to go. But so after you have your result, you also have to go to a specific link that you also, along with your result, you need to have, like, where was that? So when you receive the email, you go to the link and the result will be there, and the result will tell you what you can do next. It will tell you you're positive or negative. So in my case, thank God I was negative. And then they also give you an instruction. It's just, the result is there, and it will also going to give you an instruction that you have to go to another website, which is you have to print a quarantine certificate. So the good thing, no, actually there's like there is like an instruction there, like you can email or call that specific department to handle that, and they're very responsive. Because I have some confusion with address, because I'm not going to my address here in the Philippines. I will be staying here around, so I was thinking what address I'm gonna enter there. So they're very responsive. You can email, call them. Actually, when I email them, like within 2 minutes, they responds to me. And after I completed that link that stated I'm negative, within like less than 5 minutes, I have the quarantine certificate. So the quarantine certificate and your result, you can print this out into the hotel where you quarantine. Now, when you print this two goes together, and this is the one that you will going to use wherever you go. Like for example, some of the hotels will collect this, that you have to show that you're negative and you've been released. And also when you check out in the hotel, you have to also tell them that there's a relatives that's gonna pick you up, and where you going, and with this one. And so they will give you this, and so they're very it's kind of weird, like, because kind of people want to know where you go or what you're gonna, well, not you want to do, but where you go, just in case, even though you're negative. So I just tell them, well, I have someone to pick me up there. And the thing is, keep in mind, when you're in the quarantine, after you check in, you're not allowed to go out in your room. You will be in your room the whole time until you were released and you have your certificate of quarantine that you're good to go. Now, most of the hotels that I think they partner with, I choose the Sheraton Hotel. They also include the 3 meals per day, and then they will just ring the doorbell in your hotel room and leave the food in the door. So they really try to practice social distancing or physical distancing while you are in quarantine. And also, there are some hotels that also only specifically for quarantine guests, and there's also combined. So it just really depends what hotel you're gonna choose when after your quarantine. So mine, I kind of booked two nights, but they allow me to check out the following day, because I really do want to stay in that hotel, because I want to do some things after I was cleared. So then back to the result and the quarantine certificate. So this is the one that you will going to use if you fly or go to your final destination. So if you're flying to Davao, you have to show this to the other airline that you have quarantine, you have your test, and then they also so I have friends that you also have to, you're subject to a local government policy or regulation that they implemented. So that's very subjective. So for example, some of my friend who, after they receive this, they go to their final destination, but they have to do a self quarantine for 14 days. So until, hey, you're allowed, to go out. And after 14 days, there's also places that their Department of Health in that local government is the one who will follow up them every day. They go to their house, do the routine, like, hey, your temperature, your things like this. Another one, they just, let them go, or like, hey, you do your self quarantine and you have to report to us, if you're okay, if this 14 days after getting the negative test. So that's how crazy it is. But in Manila, you're good. Me here, after I check out, I go to the other hotel, I went to the store, it seems to be normal, except you're wearing your mask and your face shield wherever you go. One thing about face shield, PAL requires that. Technically, in the US, you're not required to use the face shield, just a covering mask. So, but you have to. They even ask us to wear even worse sleeping. It's annoying, but it's kind of like things we just have to do. So just FYI for that. and when you're traveling to Philippines. So now, if you have any questions, I'm open to answer it. If if I can answer the question, or else let's just ask someone else. And so yeah, hopefully this video help for people who will try to travel in the Philippines, especially to my kababayan. Even though with this pandemic things, sometimes we really still wanna, there are stuff that we really have to do to to fly here in Philippines. Like, and I wish everyone watching this I hope everything is well, you're healthy, and you just let's keep going every day. What we need, let's just do one thing at a time or something like that. But I know it's a crazy world, I cannot really say so much about it. It's but anyway, hopefully this video helps. Yeah, just ask me questions, buzz me in if you have any other questions. Okay, have a wonderful day.